Wanna be the best TH13 player? Well, you clicked on the right video. These are the top 5 best attack strategies available at Town Hall 13. Master them, and you will easily 3-star any TH13 base thrown at you. And to prove how strong they are, I will show you all the attacks in the newly introduced hard mode. Now let's start the countdown without wasting your precious time. At number 5, we have very simple and beginner-friendly attack strategy. Electro Smash. Works extremely well on compact bases. This is the general army composition. Make small changes according to the target base. And this are the ideal hero equipments for this strategy. Now this strategy is pretty straightforward. First we will create a little bit of funnel using Flame Flinger on one side and heroes on the other side. And then charge the electros in the middle from Town Hall side. They will smash through the whole base with support of Healing Tome and Rage spells. And Royal Champ will come into later stages to help clear back-end defenses. Simple, right? So here on this base, we will attack from this side, as it is the closest approach to the Town Hall. Flame Flinger here will clear all these things and create funnel on this side. And heroes will complete the funnel on opposite flank. We will wall break them into the scatter compartment. So they will take down all these things. This will result into this perfect path for electros. We will zap out this sweeper, so they will easily move like this. Early Warden ability will get us through the Town Hall. And we will use back-to-back rage spells in the core. The RC will come into later stages to clear the back-end defenses. Simple plan. Now let's execute it. Alright, let's start with deploying the Flame Flinger. Always use one giant in front to check for any hidden Tesla. Looks like no Teslas over there. So we can go ahead and zap out that sweeper as we planned. The Flinger is doing great on this side. Now let's create a little bit of funneling over other side for heroes to make sure they don't go in the wrong way. We can take our time in funneling because it is never an issue with electros. They are one of the fastest attacks in entire game. And also a bad funnel will absolutely mess up the whole attack. So keep that in mind. Alright, a solid funnel is created. So let's deploy the heroes and start the electros. Don't pile up them all in one spot. Spread them evenly to get good chains initially. We will use early Warden ability combined with Rage spell for the Town Hall as usual. We are completely ignoring the CC in this one. Because electros can easily fend off any CC on their own. Don't use freezes at the beginning. Because we already have the protection of Healing Tome. So they will not provide any value. Use them for the back end instead. This strategy is all about the funneling and spell timings. Once you get that right, the 3-star is already in the bag. Alright, this base is crushed. So let's quickly finish it up and move to the next strategy. At number 4, we have one of the most overpowered attack of TH13. Blizzard Lavaloon. Works best on concentrated single Inferno bases. This is the general army composition. Make minor changes according to the target base. And this is the hero equipment setup we are using. Now we usually take down a good chunk of the base with Blizzard. Preferably with the Town Hall included. And then using that void as the funnel point, we will dive our heroes on one side. And do the Lalo through the other side. That's how this strategy usually works. So here on this base, we will keep it simple and go after the Town Hall with Blizzard. If we manages to land our blimp on top of this expo, then the super wizards will take down all these things. After that, we will dive our heroes to go after the enemy RC and clear all these things. That will result into this L-shaped path for the Lalo. They will move like this. Warden ability will get us through the core. And we will use haste and freezes to support the Lalo. We will send in few headhunters protected by Warden ability to take down the enemy queen. And Royal Champ will come through the flank to keep the Lalo centered. That's the plan. Let's do the attack now. Alright, let's start with the blimp drop. Always deploy one lava hound in front to safely escort the blimp. It will tank the defenses and trigger the possible traps. Once the blimp gets to the target location, use one invisibility first and manually open the blimp. Then deploy the rage spell. And use remaining invisibility spells one by one every 4 seconds afterwards. Don't let the defenses take a single shot at super wizards, or else the attack will quickly go south. Alright, they did a good work. Now let's create a little bit of funnel and deploy the heroes. You know I always use one ice golem with heroes for some tanking. And I am also using an apprentice warden here to continuously boost their health. They will clear any leftover CC troops and cut the ring of defenses for the Lalo. We will use King ability to quickly clear the whole compartment and then use the wall breakers to try to transition them into Eagle compartment. Remember, we are using the hard mode, which basically nerfed the heroes, so they won't get as much value, but in normal attack, they would have easily cleared most of that Eagle compartment as well. Alright, let's start the Lalo as time is running out. Always start the Lalo around 1:30 mark to avoid the time fails. Don't deploy all the balloons right away. Deploy them in small packs of 3 to 4 surgically on each defenses. And hold on to few of them to use in later stages. Notice how I used those headhunters to take down enemy queen. RC and remaining loons will clear the outside defenses and keep the main pack moving in the core. You can also use her with the Lalo, but that way, she won't get enough value. That's why I like to use her solo from the flanks. I've already uploaded a complete guide of this strategy for TH12. You can check that out from the channel, since a lot of things still remain same at TH13. Alright, up next is my favorite strategy. So don't click away now. At number 3, we have my personal favorite TH13 attack. Super Bowler Smash. Works well on spread out bases. This is the army composition. Make changes according to the target base. And this are the best hero equipments for this strategy. Now this strategy works very similar to the Electro Dragon strategy we saw earlier, but on the ground mode obviously. So we create the funnel with Flame Flinger on one side, but on the other side, we will use Warden Walk instead of the heroes. And then the Super Bowlers will walk through the middle. With the support of the Healing Tome and Rage spells, they will smash through the whole base just like the Electros. We will use the RC for the back end. And that's it. So here on this base, we will do a Warden Walk on this side to clear all these things. On the other side, Flame Flinger will take down all these things and complete the funnel over that flank. That will create this narrow path for the Super Bowlers. They will move like this. We will use both the heroes with them. Early Warden ability will protect them from initial high damage. And we will use back-to-back rage spells to keep the Super Bowlers moving. Jump spells here will give them access through the whole base. And we will use Royal Champ with CC Hogs to clear this whole compartment. You understood the plan? Now let's make it happen. Alright, let's start with the Warden Walk. In the meantime, let's deploy the Flinger to start working over that side. There are no X-bows on that side, so Flinger will get so much value. Always remember to use Flinger on a side where it doesn't get targeted by X-bows early on. Looks like we walked into a whole Tesla farm here, so it will cost us even more time. Now Warden Walk is already a slow process. And with the hard mode on, he will have less damage output, so it will get even slower. That's why I used that baby dragon to support him. We can give him up to 1 minute for funneling. More time than that in Warden Walk might end up as a time fail. Alright, a solid funnel is created, so let's deploy the main pack now. Deploy them all in one spot so they can take the eagle shots. And due to that, healers will easily shift onto them. Now let's use the Warden ability as we are about to move into the core. I am using the Apprentice Warden here, which basically replaces the heal gem of Warden. And boost our troops' health throughout whole attack. Now as long as we can support them with jump and rage spells, super bowlers will smash through the whole base in no time. Because we have healing tome working to constantly heal them and keep them alive. It is such a strong piece of equipment. And works with every TH13 attack strategy except Lalo. So I highly recommend you to level it up over other equipments. As soon as you reach Town Hall 13. Alright, the Flame Flinger is about to release the hogs. So let's use the RC to take advantage of their cross-tanking. This trick is very similar to the Hog Puppet equipment for RC. And works great to snipe such solo compartments. We still have so much force moving all around. And there is nothing left on this base to stop them. So we can swag the remaining spells and move to the next strategy. At number 2, we have the best ground attack of TH13. Queen Charge Hybrid. Works well on any type of bases. This is the general army composition. Make changes if you want. And this is the hero equipment setup we are using. Now we usually charge our queen to take down the CC and create a pathing for the hybrid. We will also try to get some key defenses as well. Our king and SB will narrow down the path on the opposite flank. And the hybrid will run through that path afterwards. We will also throw in the RC with them to help them move even quicker. That's how this strategy usually works. So here on this base, we will charge our queen into this compartment. And clear all these things. Out of them, Town Hall and CC are our main targets. She will also create this perfect L-shaped path for the hybrid. King and SB will narrow down the path on opposite flank. And we will use RC to support the hybrid. They will move like this. Warden ability will get us through the core. And we will use rage spells for the queen charge and heal spells for hybrid. Enough planning. Let's do the attack now. Alright, let's start with deploying the queen. Coco Loon ahead of the healers as usual. I am using sneaky goblins and baby dragon to funnel her into the town hall compartment. But you can also use Yeti or wizards as alternatives. We have to use double super wall breakers due to that isolated compartment here. Our queen is moving into the high damage area and we are about to engage the CC. So let's deploy the rage spell to quickly regain her health. This is by far the hardest CC for any queen charge attack. So we have to use extra freeze spell as well. Use poison on the super minions and freeze the headhunters to easily get through them. And make sure you're always fighting the CC under rage spell. Alright, our level 69 queen did a great work. Now let's deploy the king and SB and start the hybrid as we planned earlier. I'm using giant gauntlet and rage vial on king. But if you have high level spiky ball, then you can use spiky ball and vampstake combo. Which works better with this strategy. Now unlike the Lalo, RC works extremely well when deployed alongside the hybrid. Because the miners and hogs can actually tank for her. And protect her from incoming damage. Healing Tome on Warden doesn't work well on such spread out bases. Because it is not covering all the troops. But it works great where hybrid has a much narrow path. So keep that in mind. Alright, before moving to the best TH13 strategy, I want to show you one honorable mention. This strategy is also very powerful. But it didn't make the list because of its limitations. As an honorable mention, we have the Yeti Witch Bats attack strategy. Works well on anti-2-star and single Inferno bases. This is the army composition. Make changes according to the target base. And this are the ideal hero equipments for this strategy. Now this are the main threats to the bats. We usually take down most of them along with Town Hall with the main army. And then the bats will easily sweep through the remaining base afterwards. That's the whole strategy. So here on this base, we will attack from this side. Because that way, we can also take down the eagle nice and early. First, we will create the funnel on both corners using 2 electros. After that, we will deploy the line of Yetis and Witches followed by the heroes. Super wall breakers will open the initial walls. And we will use log launcher to make way for our troops. It will help them to move in and clear all these things. Early Warden ability will protect all our troops from initial high damage. And we will use Rage spell to get through the town hall. Once it goes down, we will deploy all our bats here to create a huge bat wave. And move this way. RC will tank the first wizard tower for them. And we will use freezes to protect them from remaining splash defenses. Sounds like a plan. Now let's put it together. Alright, let's start with deploying the electros for funneling. Now you don't have to use electros for funneling all the time. You can also use Yetis as an alternative. But as I said in this video, Electro takes only 30 housing space, while the Yetis take more. So electros are a cheap and better option. Alright, the main army is out now. I use the super wall breakers in advance to make sure they go right into the base. And don't get stuck onto the walls. Now let's use the Warden ability to protect all the troops as we planned earlier. Always try to cover maximum troops in Warden ability. Especially the Yetis and heroes. Looks like our king is going towards flank due to improper funnel over that side. It is not ideal, but we can work with that. The town hall is down, so let's use the RC to tank that wizard tower. And deploy all our bat spells. Now all we have to do is protect the bats from splash defenses. Use freezes on them, as the bats are about to enter in their range. And don't let them take a single shot, or the bats will get smoked in no time. Alright, up next is the best TH13 attack strategy. So don't click away now. At number 1, we have the easiest and by far the most powerful TH13 attack strategy. Double Clone Hydra. Works extremely well on any type of bases. This is the general army composition. Make minor changes according to the target base. And these are the best hero equipments for this strategy. Now we always attack from opposite side of the town hall. So we have to zap the front-facing sweeper according to that. Then create a little bit of funneling with heroes on one side. And Electro Dragon on the other side. And charge the dragons and dragon riders through the middle. We will send in the blimp protected by Warden ability to secure the town hall takedown. With 2 clone spells, balloons will get so much value. And we will use the RC for the back end if needed. That's all we have to do. So here on this base, we will attack from this side. So we need to zap out the sweeper. After that, we will dive our heroes into the eagle compartment and clear all these things. Electro Dragon will complete the funnel on opposite side. And create this perfect path for the Hydra. They will move like this. We will use early Warden ability to protect them. And send in the battle blimp protected by it for the town hall. With using the rage and 2 clones like this, CC balloons will clear that whole compartment. And we will use the RC to sweep through the back end. Simple plan. Now let's make it happen. Alright, let's start with zapping out that sweeper. I am using 1 baby dragon to push the heroes into that eagle compartment. Now we doesn't necessarily have to get huge value with them. The main objective is to create funnel. So make sure they get it right before going for more value. The Electro is also doing fine over that side. Alright, a solid funnel is created. So let's deploy the rest of our troops. Now let me give you one important tip about excelling at TH13. You see, Hybrid and this Hydra both are very strong TH13 attack strategies. And they can triple almost any Town Hall 13 base. So I highly recommend you to set your hands on one, or even both of these strategies. And you can literally triple almost 95 out of 100 Town Hall 13 bases with these. If you like more strategic and skillful approach, then go for hybrid. And if you like simple and more direct approach, then go for the Hydra. You can never go wrong with them. So these are the top 5 best TH13 attack strategies. Let me know if you want full guide on them. And don't forget to check out my TH12 playlist to learn exciting Town Hall 12 strategies. I will see you there.